Hi guys, good afternoon. Today guys, Andie is here because I invite to Andie guys because I give to Daddy Paul for interview. Hi Andie.
Hello, Andie is back again, and thank you me for the inviting here in Paul's house. Yeah, It's my pleasure to make a video with Paul again to continue what we tackled before, and yeah, I'm so excited of what we discuss next.
So wait, I call to Daddy Paul.
Hi tubers, tubets,
Hello.
the rest of you crazy people. So Baby Mays asked me to come on her channel here because we had an interview, I don't know, a week or two ago with Andie, and Andie's a lady boy, and I promised a follow-up video, but my channel is under construction, so there won't be any videos coming out on my channel for another week or two at least. But Andie was gracious enough to come by and with some other folks. We're having a little get-together today, and they wanted us to go ahead and continue and complete our promise because we were going to do some questions and answers.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Thank you, Andie.
It's my pleasure, Paul.
You know, it's really been eye-opening for me to have met you and talk to you. And I know that you made some new friends since we made the video.
Yeah.
And I think that's totally awesome that there were some people that contacted you and you made a lot of new friends. And there were some questions that came up that I just thought I'd ask and if you're uncomfortable with any of them, you know, just say so. And that's not my point. This isn't, 60 minutes. But they had questions about religion.
Yeah.
So would you consider yourself to be a religious person?
Yes.
Okay. And do you go to church very often or no?
No. Sometimes I go to church with my family.
Okay.
I don't go to church alone.
Okay, you don't go alone.
Yeah, I don't go alone.
If you went alone, what would happen?
Yeah, I heard some bad words from the people inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard a lot of, hateful words.
Really?
From them.
And that's the last place I think a person should hear hateful words. Well, I won't preach. I'll let you guys draw your own conclusions from all that. Anyway, so your family is totally okay with you?
Yes, exactly.
That's
they are all
great.
totally okay.
You're 20 years old.
Yes.
What I found interesting on our last interview was that you discovered at a very young age that you were more interested in being a girl than being a boy, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I gleaned from the last interview. Because in my head, this is how stupid I am, but in my head, I thought it was at puberty when, you start to look at the opposite sex differently. And it made perfect sense when you told me, no, it was when you were 5 or 6 years old, you wanted to play with dolls and you wanted to dress up, where the other boys would play army or soccer or basketball or something like that. And so that was what I got from it. And the other question, number 3, number 2, I believe, is about sexual preferences. And what you explained to me, so I'm not going to make you go through it all over again, I'll just explain it. There were men that asked a legitimate question as to your preferences is when you have sexual relationships with men. And your answer to me was that you're versatile.
Yes, I am versatile, and I'm confident to tell you all.
That's good.
Tell you that I am versatile.
Okay, because that's that's a very personal question.
Yeah.
I felt uncomfortable asking it, but there you go. There's the answer to your question. And he's versatile, and I don't think you have any kind of preference or anything, right?
No.
It's just as long as you like the guy. And so the change, I guess, that's happened since you and I last got together is you're now in a relationship.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, I am in a relationship now.
Okay. And so this was, I don't know how much you want to tell us about the gentleman, but maybe whatever you want to tell the folks about him.
Yeah. Well, I met him in Facebook. Yeah, he sent me a message request and also a friend request. And I did not know before yeah, my birthday, June 11, he grade on me on Facebook. Then I don't mind because I don't mind people who posted on my timeline who grade on me on Facebook, just like that. I give some reaction or something like that, but I don't give a comments. Yeah, I meet him, then he sent me a message request, and blah blah blah. We're just talking to each other. Then after that, we fall in love to each we fall in love to each other, like you know each other long time, we know each other long time, something like that. Then I feel so comfortable with him, and he feels so comfortable also with me.
No, that's awesome.
Yes.
That's great. Now, is he a guy that's living here in the Philippines, or is he in another country?
Well, now before he visit Dumaguete City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you meet him then?
Not, I don't meet him.
Okay.
Just only online. I meet him on online.
Okay.
Then now he's working in the U.S. Yeah, he's working in the U.S. now. But maybe after this pandemic, maybe he visit me here because that's what his plan.
Okay.
To visit me here.
Okay. And so, is he always been with ladyboys, or is he a guy that has kids, or what can we share about this gentleman?
He told me that he have 2 kids. Yeah. At 21 years old and at 22 years old.
Okay.
And he is at 47 years old now.
And he's 47.
Yeah.
So I'm always curious about the guys, and maybe you're not that informed about it. I don't know. But I often wonder, these guys, if you knew at the age of 4 or 5, and I knew at the age of 12 or 13 what I was attracted to. I'm often curious about these men that get married. Obviously, I guess he was married at one point. He's single now, you told me.
Yeah, he's single now.
Okay, so he's single now. And they have children, and they go through all that. And I actually did an interview with a guy named Ed a year ago, who is in that same situation and now dates ladyboys.
Yeah.
But I'm always curious as to the dynamic. I would love to interview your boyfriend at one point in time and get into some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, find out, was he living a lie? Is this something current? Is this something current? His sexual orientation, that kind of stuff, is what I'm very curious about. But he's not here, and I can't ask those questions. When you meet somebody online, I asked you this question prior to us talking, is you tell people right up front that you're a ladyboy.
Yes, because to be honest, I don't want to lie. That's why I tell them first we chat to each other. I tell them that I'm a ladyboy. Visit on my profile what I wrote there. Yeah. Then if you like ladyboy, then it's okay for me. Maybe we can talk and know each other or something like that.
Sure. And I think that's commendable. I think that's great. I mean, to me, the stories I have, in fact, I have chatted when I was single. I've been online before. I've done the dating site thing. And I have chatted to people that were ladyboys and didn't tell me they were ladyboys. And I couldn't tell that they were a ladyboy. I mean, they'd had all the surgeries, the face, the boobs, the whole enchilada. And by the way that, the camera's held and the pictures that you see, I think I'm talking to a woman. And at the end of the day, I never met any of these people in person. But I thought, and then in the end, I found out because of whatever reason. But I don't understand why somebody would do that. In other words, what's going to happen? Let's just pretend for a minute. Let's just pretend that I'm single, okay? And I'm chatting you, and I don't know that you're a ladyboy. And then I go through all this trouble. I come out here to meet you, and I think you're a woman, and I meet you for the first time, and I find out you're not a ladyboy. What's going to happen? What's the scenario?
Maybe like, you feel disappointed or feel angry with that ladyboy because why he don't tell you the truth that he is a ladyboy, that she is a ladyboy rather.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe most of them, because I have friends also, he lie with his boyfriend, and after a meet up, they broke up to each other because, why that lady boy don't tell that she is not a real girl, she's a lady boy. They broke up to each other after that guy spent a lot of money to visit him, to visit her. Yeah.
So, and this guy thought he was meeting a woman.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's truly unfair.
$2.
Yeah. So, thankfully, you're not like that. Now, do you think that most lady boys are transparent like you and honest like you?
I don't know, maybe.
See, you're very young, so
Maybe.
that's kind of a tough question to ask you because you've kind of been in the dating scene. When did you start dating? When you were like 15, something like that, right?
No, I started dating like 17.
Oh, 17. Okay.
16.
16, 17. Okay, cool. And so I just think that that's very interesting. So what we did cover was really the main questions was the religious question. And you are a believer, but inside the church, you're not made to be felt comfortable, which is understandable. I can see that happening. The sexual orientation or the sexual positionings, if you will, I don't know how to put this elegantly, but you're versatile as far as that goes. And
I'm versatile. I would love to scream like I'm versatile.
Well, you just
that's
did.
Okay.
Congratulations, you got that out of your system. And so, what else are we talking about? Oh, and you're transparent, about being a ladyboy up front, which I think is very, very important. So, moving forward, I'm going to wish you the very best with this gentleman that you met. Sounds like a nice guy.
Yeah.
I think you told me he's only 47 years old, right?
He
so
is 47 years.
Apparently he got started early in life and got the family because he's got a 21-year-old kid or something like that.
22 and 21 years.
22 and 21, okay. But he's now single.
Yeah.
And maybe this is his second chance at life. And hopefully this pandemic thing will end soon.
So.
And we can start getting people coming over here. And I've got a lot of YouTube people that I want to meet that hopefully are coming out. And anything else that you want to say to the folks before we wrap it up?
Yeah. Well, guys, you know what? If you have a friend lady boy, love them. Don't discriminate them. Something like that. Because most of them is, I have friends, a lot of friends, but I don't know that they are real or not. Yeah, they pretend that they are my real friends, but in the end, they are fake, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way I found out is if you have a real friend, is are they there for you when times are tough? When you're broke or when you're down or when you're unpopular or you've done something, maybe you did something that was really kind of like unpopular or unacceptable, and you got drunk one night and said or did something, and they abandon you. That's not a friend.
Yeah, that's not a friend.
A true friend will stick with you through thick and thin. I've got a couple of people like that in my life, and I'm eternally grateful for them.
I have friends that after they met a foreigner's boyfriend, that they sponsor them, something like that. Yeah. They changed something. They block me on Facebook. They block me on WhatsApp. And I don't have any news with them. Where they are, what happened to them? Is it they are okay or not, or something like that?
My theory is we're better off without them. And I told May the other day. I said, you know what? If everybody that we know disappeared from our lives, that's okay. We just go out and make new friends.
Same like you smoke.
It's a big world, right?
Yeah. Same like cigarette. After you use, then gone.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Andie, for coming over.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
It's always good to talk to you.
Yeah.
Being here on Baby May's channel. So we have to do a shout out for the chicken, the world famous chicken.
The cock.
Yeah. All right, so while Andie holds my cock,
Yeah. I always
I'm gonna ask you to like, share, and subscribe.
like,
The Baby
share, and
Mae's Cooking
subscribe.
Adventure. This isn't an adventure. I don't know what it is.
I'm a versatile.
All right, kids. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, bye.